Welcome to Balance Body and Beyond. Thank you for joining me today for a yoga practice designed to work in and out of our chair, a practice for anybody. Maybe you're taking a lunch break and you're in the office. Maybe you're just waking up in the morning and need to take a little stretch and wake up the body and brain. Whatever the reason, this is a perfect practice to get our bodies in motion. Motion, most important. So let's give it a whirl. Grab yourself a chair, get some comfy clothes on, or maybe not. Maybe you're in your office clothes. Whatever it is, it can be done in whatever you got on. Let's take our hands onto our thighs. Shut your eyes and drop your chin down towards your chest. You can keep your eyes shut. Maybe they're open. And let's take a little pause to breathe in and out through our nostrils. Set the tone for our class. And we are going to work on quality movement, not quantity. Filling your body up with breath. We'll let our arms rest alongside the body and take some shoulder rolls. So because we're here for a shorter time period, we are going to focus on quality movement, giving our body what it needs, whether it's just a warm-up or it's a cool down or anything in between. Change directions. It's a beautiful day here in Lancaster County, that's for sure. Fall is settling in nicely. I got my decorations out yesterday, as you can see behind me. From here, you're going to lift one shoulder up and then press it down, and then the other shoulder. Right? Just get our brains engaged a bit. One shoulder and then the other. Awesome. All right, now let's roll the shoulders forward and kind of tuck your chin in, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together and open through the chest. Exhale, round, and you see I'm just flowing my arms forward and back, not overthinking our movements, being an advocate for our body today, not forcing, not straining, but giving our body what it needs. Hold here. Hands can come onto the knees, and we'll take a little twist. Look back behind you. Little T-spine mobility. Look forward. And then switch. Good. Look forward. We're going to bring our arms up into, like, I call them cactus arms. You're going to squeeze your palms and elbows together and then open up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Hold here, and we'll take our fingers to our temples, elbows wide, and we'll just take a little side bend. Some lateral movement from the spine. Right, so you'll get more spinal movement if we kind of keep our arms anchored close to our body. Looking forward, keeping our chest up. Pushing our feet firmly into the ground. Hold here, and then from here we'll twist. Look over your right shoulder, and look over your left shoulder, and look forward. Awesome job. We're going to extend our left foot. We'll take a little hamstring stretch here. We'll bring our right arm up, and you'll bow forward. Reach for your toes, and then up. Now, if you're feeling some tightness in the lower back, please move slowly. Exhale when you fold, ease into it. And maybe you don't reach for your toe. Maybe you just reach for your shin or your knee, whatever your body's willing to give. All right, let's take advantage of what our body's willing to give. Look back and pause. Look forward, and let's switch sides. Well done. Inhaling and exhaling. Right? And remember, if you don't even have time to watch this video, maybe you can just remember some of these stretches and exercises, and you can always do them on your own, right? Maybe you can just take 2 minutes and say, hey, I remember a few of these stretches from my chair yoga practice. I can do them right now to alleviate some stress and give my body a little bit of comfort. Let's look back and hold. Looking forward, feet still flat on the floor. We're going to lift our leg up and open our hip, and then come back in and switch. See if you can lift your leg a little higher with every repetition, and then maybe just a gentle toe tap. Chest stays up. We're going to think about our posture through this whole practice. Shoulders back, rib cage lifts away from hips, and we keep breathing. A little bit of movement goes such a long way. You don't have to break into a full-on sweat and start panting and feel like you're going to roll over and die. No, that's not the name of the game. But motion is lotion. And that's what we're doing here. Hold. We're going to stretch our hip flexor, quadricep, our psoas muscle by just scooching to the side of the chair and sending our left leg back. So right here, all our toes are directed forward. We have the support of the chair to hold us, right? So this is a great option here. In a regular lunge, we all don't have the leg strength, or maybe our knees don't like to hold a lunge, but seated, oh my gosh, what a great stretch. And you can kind of let that back knee hang a little bit. Can you feel that? If you drape, hold onto your chair, you don't want to tip over. We're going to take a side stretch here. Nice. Then we'll send this hand back behind us and bring your right arm up and look up. Look forward. We'll place both hands onto our thigh and try a little tip forward. See how that feels. All right, other side. So once again, make sure all your toes are directed forward. Let this hip just kind of hang. You're going to open up space in the ball and socket joint of the hip. Think about your posture, square hips, belly button pointing forward, shoulders stacked over your hips. Yeah? Love that stretch. How close can you get your knee to the ground? What an awesome lunge. What a magnificent stretch. All righty. And then we'll send our right hand behind us, right hand behind us. I apologize. When I get my rights and lefts confused, it's because when I am teaching live in a classroom, I mirror image teach. So my brain is trained to reverse my right and left. But for videoing, I don't have to do that. You would think I should be okay with that. Look forward, hands onto your legs, and lean forward. Good. You can drop your head down. I have my head up because I'm looking at you. But try to keep your head in line with your spine. See how this feels. All right. We're going to come up to the front of the chair, scooch our hips to the front of the chair, and we're going to go up and down a handful of times. So inhaling, push off your feet, lift all the way up, huge stretch, and then exhale, control your seat down. Inhale. Now know you are pretty close to the edge of your chair, so be careful. Find your chair. If you feel like you want to work your hips farther back in the seat, step closer to the seat, certainly feel free to do that. But a little bit more challenging, pulling your hips away from the chair. Feel the strength in your legs. We're getting there. One more time. Inhale, lift. Arms come down. And we are going to step behind the chair just in the event that you need the chair to grab onto. But I'm going to step to the side so you can see me. We're going to bring our arms up and just make a big circle here. Some more squats. So we're keeping our chest up. Let's change directions when we get to the top. And if you need to sit down, you can sit down and do the same movement portion. When we were going up and down out of the chair, you could have stayed seated and just brought your arms overhead for that portion of the stretch. Hold your arms overhead, bring your feet together. We'll take a double arm side bend and then switch. All right, you're gonna put your hands onto the back of the chair and push your hips back. And then you'll do alternating knee bends, shifting your hips side to side, opening up the shoulders, lengthening down the spine, just letting your head hang. Hold here. Walk up towards your chair, and we're gonna sit up warrior one. So if we're to the side of our chair, bring your right leg forward, your left leg back. And we're gonna bring up just the left arm. So your chair is here. You might take your hand on the hip. You may take your hand on the seat of the chair, right, if you need that extra support. Good. Big reach up, and we'll take another side bend. Yeah, your back foot is flat. You're putting a lot of pressure in this front thigh. Arm comes down, straighten your front leg, and then we're gonna lean back, taking your left hand behind you and bring your right arm up. Good. Let's switch sides. Left foot forward, right leg back. We have the support of our chair here. You might put your hand on the seat if you get that low, right? If you're using the chair for support, I always encourage you to hold with the chair a little bit more in front so you're not straining your shoulder. Yeah. And then center. Send your right arm back, bring your left arm up. Looking forward, step your feet together. We're gonna come behind the chair and just shift a little bit at an angle. We're gonna do a little leg swing with a curtsy single leg squat. So we're gonna swing our leg up and our arm can come with, and then a little tap back. Inhale, exhale, loosen up through the hip. And just let it flow. Modify as you need to, building strength on one side of the body. Woo, got a leaf. A few more. All right, hold here. Now swing this left leg forward and let's just take some standing hip circles. If you want to challenge yourself with balance, you can take your hands off the chair. Change directions. We are making progress. And hold. Sweep yourself to the other side and swing the arm and leg. Don't overthink. Yeah, sometimes our biggest obstacle is overthinking something. Just let your body flow. Yeah, it looks wonderful. Hopefully it feels wonderful. That's really the name of the game. One more. And hold. Let's pull our knee up and circle. Big of a circle as you can make. Change directions. And once again, these exercises can be incorporated from a seated position. Ooh, pop, pop, crack, crack. Something good must be happening. And pause. Shake everything out. We're gonna have a seat to finish up today. We're gonna take another hip opening pose now that we just got those hips all loosened up, crossing our ankle over our thigh. We call this a figure 4 stretch. This figure 4 position can be done standing, laying on your back, from a bridge position, from a seated position, but it is a great hip opening position nonetheless. And you can tip forward a little bit more, feel that a little bit more. Ooh, great go-to stretch. Again, you're sitting in your office chair, you just need a little hip opener. Take this figure 4. Let's try it on the other side. We can add twists to this, which we are not going to do today, but certainly it's an option. Do it if you need it. You can sit tall. I was leaning forward to get a greater stretch. All right. And let's just do a little wrist roll here with our palms together, rolling at the wrists. Little attention to the smaller joints. Change directions. Your heart rate might got elevated a bit when we did our standing work. Heart rate should be coming down now. Hopefully this little bit of time putting movement into the body has helped clear your minds, will help you focus for the rest of the day. That's always important. We're going to take our hands behind us to finish up with our neck stretches, dropping our ear to our shoulder. Pull your shoulders back. My arms are bound behind me intentionally, so my chest stays open and my shoulders stay back and I sit tall. Lift your head to realign with the spine and go to the other side. Good. Looking forward, we're gonna nod side to side like we are saying no. Looking forward. Let's give one positive affirmation of saying yes and look down to your toes. And then look forward. Let's take our hands back onto our thighs where we began. Inhaling, breathing in all the positive energy, remembering movement is a game changer. A little bit of motion goes such a long way. Namaste, my friends, and I'll see you next time on Balanced Body and Beyond. Remember, subscribe, hit like, please share this with your friends, and with that, have a fantastic day.